Hey everyone, it's me, Jason Crespin, Thursdays at 3. So glad that you guys are tuning in today. Today's Thursday, July 8th, coming to you live from my home where my Wi-Fi is much stronger than it is at the ALT main stage. So I know I look a little different. No more goatee. Getting prepped for NEWSIES. NEWSIES right there. We're so excited. We are just one day away from opening night. So excited. We have some great guests today to talk about NEWSIES. It's going to be a fantastic show. And so, yeah, hopefully everyone is having a great day. Let us know how you're doing. Somebody says hi. Hello. I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but hello. Glad you are watching. Like I said, Jason Crespin here. So much stuff going on at the Little Theater. We're so excited that you guys are tuning in. Let us know if you have any questions or anything like that as we have our broadcast today. A couple things we want to let you know about before we jump into the world of NEWSIES. First off, we want to say congratulations to the cast of Calendar Girls. Earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday, Terry Wilson, who's directing that production, had her auditions. Great group auditioned. Cast list went up today at noon. There it is. There, the cast list. Some great people. So congrats to those in Calendar Girls. That will be the first Adventure Space play right around the corner. It opens up in August. Cannot wait to see that show. So it's going to be great. Terry Wilson's making her ALT directorial debut with that production. It's going to be absolutely great. Oh, it's Braden. Weird, it's not showing. Yeah, that's weird, Braden. Normally we see that it's you. I don't know, crazy. Hello, Miss Shelley. Hope you're having a great day. Always great seeing you as well. So we are working hard at getting everything ready, of course. I won't show you, but the women's restroom at the Turk lobby is going over a little bit of a renovation. If you remember, we had a pipe that broke, and so we were getting all that fixed. And so whenever you come to see the show this weekend or any show at the main stage, go to that women's restroom if you can. Check it out. Our team, Alan and the guys have been working hard at that. George Cummings, everyone who's been working so hard. Thank you guys for getting that ready for us to have ready this weekend. Oh, Carla says about Calendar Girls, fabulous cast. Cannot wait. I agree, Carla. It's a great cast. Tons of great talent for sure. And it's just great. I mean, we have a show about to open. We have a cast list going up. It's just like things are not, I don't want to say fully back to normal, but things are definitely coming back, and we're very excited for that. Another thing I want to let you guys know about, just in case you haven't seen it yet, there was a fantastic feature in this latest edition of Brick and Elm magazine about our very own Alan Shankles. If you haven't seen it, it's a great article, Set Up to Succeed. It's brilliant. Give it a read. It's on the website, or hopefully you subscribe to Brick and Elm. It's a great magazine, so definitely check that out. It was a great article about Alan. Jason Boyette did a great Q&A with him, so definitely check that out if you have not checked that out as of yet. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about NEWSIES. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our cast members that we have today. I'm going to take this out real quick. Hold on one second, guys. Let me take that out so I can see you guys better. So we have playing Crutchy, which will let us know more about what that name is all about. Hayln Derington. Hey, Miss Hayln.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We've seen this room many a time. Many a Derington. Yeah. Thursdays at 3. Okay, yeah. Awkward pauses. I love it. Then we have the brother duo. They're awesome. We have Trevor Anderson, who plays the older brother of the two of these brothers. Mr. Trevor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing well. And your little brother, who is less in the show, Mr. Aidan Frazier. Hi, Aidan.
Hi.
Quiet. I love it. You guys, we open NEWSIES tomorrow.
Woo! I'm so excited.
Tomorrow. We open it tomorrow. Again, I should mention, I'm in the show. I play multiple characters. That's why I shave. Somebody was like, why did you shave? And I was like, I'm in the show. I have multiple characters. So just to make sure people aren't like, is he trying to be youthful? No, I'm not. I'm very not youthful, as I am so extremely tired.
No, Jason, you're so young.
I will say, whenever I shaved, everyone was like, oh, you look way younger than, and I was like, how old do you think I look normally? Like, people are like, I'm like, anyway, it's so sad. Someone said, woo, probably still Brayden, I bet. And then Carla, Hayln, everyone say, yay. I love it. I love it. So let's go. Okay, Hayln, remind us, who is Crutchy in the production of Newsies?
Crutchy is this like really incredibly strong, basically like a little sister to Jack. She's a Crutchy, or she's a Crutchy. She's a newsie who unfortunately has a bad foot and can't walk. So she has to use a crutch to get around, which like poses many challenges. But she's really like a cheerleader. She really works super hard, like almost harder than any newsie to try to prove herself.
Sure.
And she's always there for like the whole group of newsies.
And normally the role is played by a male. Andrew Keenan Bolger originated this role at Paper Mill Playhouse and then, of course, on Broadway. But the great thing about Disney Theatrical that they allowed some of these roles to be either gender. So it was great whenever you auditioned that we're like, yeah, let's make Crutchy a girl. I love it. Yeah, fantastic. And then, Trevor, who do you play?
I play the role of Davy. And Davy is basically just a very educated young man who ends up having to become a newsie because of his father's recent job malfunction. Basically, he got laid off. And so basically Davy takes the role of basically the head of the household and basically starts making money for the house.
Yeah, the breadwinner. He kind of has to step up and make some money, right? And you drag your little brother with you.
And I drag my little brother with me.
Aidan, I know, right? Aidan's right. Aidan, I got to go with you. Aidan, tell us about Les, Davy's little brother.
He is sometimes nice to Davy, sometimes he is not very because, and he does not want to be left out of anything, but sometimes his big brother makes him, so. Yeah,
like you're always want to be in the mix of things, you want to be like a part of the gang, and Davy's like, we got to go home. And you're like, no.
I'm kind of the buzzkill, yeah.
Yeah, I also feel like Les is a little more popular with all the newsies than Davy.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Just a little.
Like Davy's like jealous that everyone wants Les to stay, and they're like, "Yeah, Davy, you can go." Were you guys familiar with either the 1992 movie or the live action Broadway filming that they did for Disney Plus? Like, were you guys familiar with either one before auditioning?
Yes, I was familiar with the Broadway one. I had just recently watched the movie, but the Broadway one I had watched a few times before auditioning. Yeah.
What about you?
Me? So I've only seen the movie once, but once I saw the Broadway, I never saw the movie again. So
you left that in the dust. You're like, listen, Christian Slater, Christian Slater. Is it like no Christian Bale? Christian Bale. That 1992. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I know the lyrics to. OG. Hayln, what about you?
I had seen the Broadway version of it a couple of times, and I believe I've seen the movie version once, but it was a long time ago.
Hurts my heart. Hurts my heart. It's so good. It's so good. And Margaret as Meta, and just some great moments for sure. With this show, with this being a historical show, what are you guys hoping? Like, did you guys delve into what it was like to be in Newsies? Like, did you guys do research to figure out kind of your character development? I mean, Hayln, your character is pretty developed in the show. It automatically says, this is the cards that were dealt to Crutchy, with the bum leg. You already know you're the perfect sidekick for Jack, the leader of the group. But what did you do to make Crutchy your own, like your own spin on Crutchy?
Well, I really had to take into account like the things that had happened to Crutchy in her life. Like basically what I did was I kind of like made a timeline of her life, and I looked up like what it was like in the 1800s for like not only newsies but people with like who were crippled. Sure. And I took all of that and I kind of created my own little timeline. I laid it all out, and I thought to myself, how can I incorporate all of this into her character now? And then my version of Crutchy was born.
Yeah, no, I love that. What about you, Trevor?
For me, it was a lot of, since I wasn't alive back then, I would basically take what a modern version of Davy would do in that situation, and what I would do in those situations. And it relied heavily on what my instincts as an actor would be. And also definitely researched the time period, definitely researched the characters that the real people that the characters were based off of throughout the whole process of the writing of Newsies. And it helped a lot to be able to create a character based around that.
Well, your character is interesting because at the start of the show, Crutchy's like BFFs with Jack.
Yeah.
And then you kind of come in and kind of take that spot in a weird way. Like you're the new kid that just, and it's funny because you're kind of the new kid at the theater. You just joined recently, but then like, so it kind of is fitting that you got this role that you're, all of a sudden accepted into the group.
For sure. Yeah. And absolutely. I feel the exact same way for sure.
Aidan, what about you? How have you made Les? Because Les is a lot different than Aidan. Aidan's very polite. He's always, respectful. Always is somebody who helps all the time. I mean, Les does help, but Les is a little tougher and meaner than you are.
Yes. I've watched the Broadway version a lot of times and studied his character.
Sure.
And what he does.
And Miss Michaela gives you some good words. Like, what are some of the words that she's directed you with? About being grounded, right?
To stand strong.
Yeah, she helps you find your strength, I think, with that, which is really, really good. I like how she's giving you some directions, and you've done really well taking that for sure. With this show, it's such a big dance heavy show for sure. Hayln, for you, how has it been making sure you still have that physical aspect of the disability without, dancing so hard? I mean, you got to carry yourself a certain way and make sure that you're not injuring yourself when you're doing some of those things.
I kind of it's hard to describe because for most of the really heavy dance parts, I'm just kind of standing on the side. But for songs like Carrying the Banner, I kind of just put all of my weight on my right foot, which is my good foot. And I hope for the best.
Sure, yeah. Well, you and Les kind of have good moments, where you're cheering all the Newsies on and different stuff like that. What about you, Trevor? Do you feel like dancing is one of your strengths, or is it something that you were like, okay, this is the area I got to work on?
It's definitely my weakness. I have never danced until last year, and that's when I started taking dance classes at ALT. And so it was obviously just the biggest struggle for me because I've always loved music, and that wasn't ever really that big of an issue. But dancing for sure is just – my body does not do what it's supposed to most of the time. I have managed with a lot of rehearsal and a lot of help from Beth for sure, has just been able to grow me into a much better dancer than I could possibly have imagined.
Well, and y'all's dancing is fantastic. This was a teaser video that we put out, I think last week or the week before my show real quick. Just a teaser of a rehearsal that we did. Let's look at that real quick. Such a cool number. I love it. How has it been? Obviously, you guys get to be a part of the show with Beth and Brandon and myself. Like, how is that weird for you guys getting to be in scenes with your instructors?
I think it's more just cool that it kind of comes full circle of you guys have brought us up and taught us, and now we get to act alongside you. Especially since a lot of the cast members are seniors. They've basically worked through this academy with you guys since they've been little kids, and now they get to act alongside you now that we're going out into the world, which is really cool. But yeah,
I always feel bad being mean to all y'all, but then I don't. I'm like, yeah, I can be mean as a Wiesel and it's fine. But also then backstage, I'm like, move, go, hurry, fast. Like some kids are like, let's get Mr. Jason out of here, because I'm definitely trying to get things moving backstage as quickly as possible for sure. And it's been fun. Mrs. Michaela's doing awesome as directing you guys and stuff like that. This is her first big show that she's kind of taken the lead on. We of course co-directed, but with me being in the show, I think I have found myself just like so proud of Mrs. Michaela of all the stuff that she's doing. I love her technique of what she does. I know Trevor, like she brought, I think you and maybe Aidan and a couple actors in the other day just to work on extra stuff. And I love that her way that she's pulling stuff out of you guys.
Absolutely.
You know, her technique with that. With that, what is something that you're hoping that audiences take away from this show when they come see it?
Okay. I think I hope that they have like a sense of like camaraderie-ship, and like I hope they see like the importance of like loyalty and really banding together in times of needs. And I hope they just have fun, because this is such a fun show. It's so fun to be in, and it's so fun to watch. There's so much energy and like great characters and wonderful people. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Trevor.
For me, it's definitely just the importance of friendship, and how much that grows throughout the show is just the amazing just brotherhood that you find, and brotherhood and sisterhood that you find in the show, just of these random ragtag team that basically bands together to just fight the big man. And it's just a beautiful just synopsis of how you should be living your life in general. And so just absolutely friendship is how people should be looking for in the show.
For sure. I mean, just this group right here, it's like, I want to like have a game night with them, or like have a barbecue and just like have a good old time for sure. Aidan, what about you? What are you hoping the audiences when they come see the show? What do you hope? If they were a kid in the show, what are you hoping they take away from it?
Like Strand, what it's like to be a street kid and how to overcome that.
Yeah, overcoming obstacles like that for sure, for sure. Aidan, you do not have any siblings, right?
No.
And then Trevor, how many siblings do you have?
I just have a little sister named Kaylee.
So you don't have a little brother. Aidan doesn't have any. So how did you guys work on having a brotherhood? Like, you know what I mean? Trevor, you don't have a little brother. Aidan, you don't have anyone to look up to. So how did you guys create that bond together? Hayln knows all about older and younger. So.
Yep.
I basically just thought of moments where there were moments when my sister would be in trouble or something, and I remembered how protective I was. And with this being such a foreign environment for both Jack and Les, or for Davey and Les, I found that like I'm basically have to be protective all the time. And so I basically tapped into that to be able to make sure that Les was being okay in all of the scenes, and making sure that that brotherhood was obvious to audience members.
Sure. Aidan, what about you? How has it felt having an older brother finally?
Like sometimes like there are good times when you want him around, like when I almost get hit in the rally, but there's sometimes you don't because he wants to take you home. And
right? He's like annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that you guys have definitely done a great job with having that brotherhood for sure. Oh, Mabry says these guys are crutching it. But Mabry is crutching it as one of our awesome spot ops, along with Mr. Lakin Reyes. Our amazing crew has done a great job. We should also mention, of course, Griselda and Lauren Gertie, who are our production assistants. Leanne Crandall has done a phenomenal job with the costumes. In fact, we have been dirtying up y'all's costumes to make you guys look even more like you've been on the streets of New York. Tana, of course, on her beautiful set. I love this picture that Shay Williams took of the set. And it's exciting. You know, we have adults like Patrick Burns, Noah Lang, Brandon Kimpumi, Connor Murphy, Adriana Armstrong, Brandon Beller, Beth Alexander, and myself. That's been so much fun to be a part of the show with you guys for sure. And then you guys have been doing such a good job about promoting the show. We, of course, talked last week about you guys were at High Noon on the Square, just singing and dancing and performing your little hearts out. And then we were this past weekend in the Canyon Independence Day Parade that was on Saturday. Trevor, do you know that you were in the Emerald Globe News for that?
Was I really?
Yes, they
wow.
Are you ready for it? Bam! Look
good.
I saw that photo on the Emerald Globe News website.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we handed out a lot. We ran out of candy like halfway through. The second half of the kids were like, please, candy. And y'all were like, come see me.
Like a flyer, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys gave them a flyer, and they're like, we can't eat this. But I thought we did a great job. Beth Alexander decorated a great trailer that was donated to us by Able Auto, I believe. It's Brandon Beller's family's business. You guys did a great job. I have a little sneak peek of us promoting the show at the parade.
Come see ALT's Newsies!
So fun. It was such a good way for us to promote the show, of course, and get the word out there. For those of you who are like, wait, Newsies, I had no clue ALT was doing Newsies. We want to remind you, July 9th through the 18th. That's tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. We have shows on Friday, Saturday at 7:30 of this weekend. This Sunday, we have a matinee at 2:30. Then next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows at 7:30. And Sunday matinee at 2:30 on the 18th. Tickets are still available, of course, by calling our box office 806-355-9991 or visit our website amarillo-littletheater.org for ticket information. There's still some shows that have some tickets left. We are 100% capacity, which is going to be great, but also feels weird when we're not completely sold out. It's like, wait, what? But it's nice not having this bubble. We're just appreciative of any audience that we can get for sure. I was going to show a couple more photos. There's, of course, Jack and Catherine there and their scene. Some great lighting. Greg Dunlap and Michaela have worked really hard at getting the lighting right for the show and all that good aspect of that. With the show, guys, with Newsies, I mean, obviously this is a high energy show. What do you guys do to keep to reserve that energy, to stay healthy throughout the day, to kind of conserve that way you're ready at night? Aidan, let's start with you. What do you do kind of to prep yourself to get ready for the show?
Well, I try to conserve my energy so I don't run out of it in the middle of the show, and then I don't look like a tough little brother anymore.
You do a great job. Like backstage, you are like you are reading, or you're doing that cool like numbers picture thing. Like you are like zen, and then ready to come back out on stage, which is awesome. I'm like, I need to learn from Aidan. What about you, Trevor?
For me, mostly I just sleep a lot, and then I wake up and I run all the lines, run all the dances, run all the songs, basically mentally in my head, make sure I can remember everything that I'm doing. And then I show up to the show ready to go.
What is this thing, sleep, that you mentioned?
It's nice. It really is. I will say. Yeah.
I must have not had that in a long time.
You were talking about it last night, and yeah, I am a culprit of sleeping too much, but it's okay.
All the adults are like, not only do I want your youth, I want your rest. Hayln, what about you?
1 million naps every day.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's impressive.
You just took one. We didn't even see it. You just
Exactly. I just blink for 5 seconds and I'm good, rejuvenated. But I also take a lot of vitamins and I drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
all the time.
Friend, for sure.
Yes. And I tell Lakin and Grayson to stop talking. Just be quiet.
I feel like there's always some sort of rehearsal at the Derington home.
Oh yeah. Every day. Nonstop.
Going from Matilda to Sound of Music in Lubbock to now this show. I mean, you guys are just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Since February, going strong.
I love it. Well, we want to remind all of our amazing ALT audience members that are going to come see Newsies at our ALT main stage, which is now called the Alan Shankles main stage. We want to remind you that it is at our great main stage theater, not at the Adventure Space. We are full capacity, concessions, the whole 9 yards. So come prepared to not only celebrate all of these kids and adults' hard work. I mean, guys, they've been working so hard. Our cast is, Michaela woke up super early and Alexis to be on the news this morning. Our cast and crew have been staying late. People are coming up during the day to dirty up costumes. We have poster routes that we need to get delivered, so we're just working really, really hard. Oh, Beth says, I'm sure her house is loud today because Cinda is there. We heard that they accidentally walked through the shot, but hope so far it's been good. I love it. And shout out to Beth. Beth has been like not only prepping, stuff for the show as far as choreography, and then also being in the show, but she's like decorating the float, and she's like making sure papers are ready, and I mean the whole 9 yards. I just love how everyone is all on board. Mr. Brandon is running around to listen to you guys, and then run around to do his scene, and I just love how much everyone is pouring into the show. And I hope that comes across to our audience, because I really do think this is one of our strongest shows. And I think our Panhandle audiences are going to absolutely love the show. Hayln, Trevor, and Aidan, if there's a kid who comes sees the show and they're like, man, I want to learn how to do that, I want to be a part of that, or they're interested in being, in a show, what advice would you give them? Hayln, let's start with you. What advice would you give them? If there's somebody out there who's like, I want to do that, what would you tell them?
Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it for any reason. Like, you never know until you try if you like or don't like something. So just go for it, and don't let anybody hold you down.
Yeah. Aidan, what else?
I would suggest take classes.
Yeah.
To prepare you for a performance.
Sure. Because what was the first class you ever took, Aidan?
I do not remember.
Was it an acting class or a dance class?
I think it was dance.
I think it was dance too. I think you started out in the dance and then worked your way into theater classes. And now look at you playing less in NEWSIES. I like to say you're playing more, not less. But Trevor, what about you? Think about, Aidan, is starting so young. Hayln is part of this family that basically, if you're a Derington, you're doing theater. But for you, you started late as far as coming to ALT. You've been, of course, in music and that. But what would you suggest to a kid who's an older student that might be interested?
Absolutely. I would say jump on it now, because you will regret it later if you don't. I took a class in 3rd grade, and then I auditioned for one show and gave up after that. And so I would just recommend to not give up after the first try, because after your first try, it just goes uphill from there, and you just have so many amazing opportunities to just be in incredible shows and just feel so accomplished and just acting and singing and dancing and all kinds of amazing things that the ALT provides, for sure.
Yes, I love that. And we want to remind people, camp registration is still going on. We have some great dance camps still coming up. We have the older I think it's 8th through 12th grade Curtain Up camp. That's going to be happening at the end of July. So there's still open slots for that. Trevor just helped with the middle school camp, the Best of Both Worlds production, which was great. Brought in some great kids. Got to do some great theater with Shannon Mashburn and Anna Bond, and amongst some other awesome camp counselors. So yes, if you want to be involved at the Little Theater, if you want to come take a class, anything like that, we have scholarships available. Just call our box office or visit our website, AmarilloLittleTheater.org. Click on the Academy. Bless you, Trevor. And little silent sneezes right there. And then what I want to say, I posted this, I think, yesterday, but I love this quote. The things we do today will be tomorrow's news. It's a great quote from the show. And it's true. What we do today will be tomorrow's news. Don't be late, guys, because once you hear how great the show is, once we open the show, word of mouth is going to just spread like wildfire about how hard these kids have been working, how great their acting is, their vocals, the dancing. You are going to want to get your tickets for the show. So don't wait for tomorrow. Get your tickets today. Again, we're talking about NEWSIES, July 9th through the 18th at our Amarillo Little Theater, Alan Schenkel's main stage. Call 355-9991. Visit our website, AmarilloLittleTheater.org, for more ticket information. Grayson says, can't wait for Friday. I hope that you're coming to the show, Grayson, and not can't wait for Friday. I love it. Well, we're very excited to have. I don't know about you guys. It's been a while since I've performed. I guess Mamma Mia was my last time to actually be an actor on stage. And so it was fun getting my makeup kit out again and all that stuff, to go through the process of that. But I can't wait for tomorrow night, because it'll be one of the biggest audiences that Amarillo Little Theater has had in quite some time because of the pandemic. So it's just I'm ready. We're going to have meet and greet line again, all that stuff. So we want to make sure to be ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and we'll tune in next week on Thursdays at 3. We'll of course, talk more about NEWSIES and everything that's coming up. Patsy Cline's right around the corner. We want to remind you, tickets go on sale they're currently on sale right now for our upper levels. Tickets go on sale for our season ticket holders this coming Monday, and then to the public after that. So we'll talk next week about good old Patsy Cline. Aidan, Frazier, do you know who Patsy Cline is?
No.
Okay, you're not necessarily a target market, but I think you would like a good old Miss Patsy Cline. We'll play a tune for you in the dressing room or something. I think you'd like it. I love it. I love it. Well, Hayln, Trevor, Aidan, thank you for being on at 3. I'm gonna let you guys go so we can get ready for rehearsal tonight. Our last dress rehearsal, which is a little bit of an audience tonight. Spoiler alert! A couple people. So we'll have a small audience that we'll get to perform to get ready. They'll have the first sneak peek of the show. We should also, I want to mention before I forget, we also huge shout out to Stephen Crandall. He has helped choreograph a fantastic fight sequence that you guys are all a part of. It's a beautiful element at the end of Act 1. We won't give anything away, but shout out to Stephen as well. Okay, I got to go back to the theater. I got to get some costumes dirtied up some more, and I need to go over my lines, go over all my shows. Go. I'll be at the theater early for all of you cast members in case you need to look at the videos that I took yesterday. I already had a cast member said, I don't think I do that. And then I screen recorded the video and I was like, no, you do. You see, that's right. If you guys need any clarification, come see me early at rehearsal. And if not, we will see you guys not only this weekend at the show for Newsies, but we'll see you guys next week, Thursdays at 3. Thanks, Hayln, Trevor, Aidan. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Bye.
Bye, guys.